I've got an electronic tuner. You can plug the guitar into this one. Let's see how it works here. So I'm not going to try to get it exactly in tune. I just want to bring it up a little bit. See, as I tighten that, see, as I tighten this, it's tightening up here. So that's why it's not changing. So that's why it's not changing here. I'm going to go ahead and plug this in. That way I'll get a better a better reading. See the thinner strings, you have to be careful, you know, bring them up slow. So as I tighten this string, as I tighten the B string, it'll throw this one out of tune because it changes the tension on the tremolo down there at the bottom. Down there. So you just have to keep fiddling with it until you get it. It's pretty close. It'll take a few days or even a week or so before it starts staying in tune because the strings will stretch out. These things will tighten up more. So that's why I said, you know, I'm not even trying to get it close. But, I figure for the video we'd fool around with it. Something that I've always had a hard time with is the octaves. Like, how do I know if I'm E up here or E down here? You know, you just got to listen to it. You know, as you strum through here, it sounds right. I think some of the newer tuners will show you that you're in the right octave. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do for now. I'll leave that sit overnight, and then we'll do it again tomorrow. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut these off now. Not too short. I'm still going to leave about a 1/4 inch or so. I throw them right in the garbage can so I don't lose them. Be a terrible thing to step on. Okay, and then I always bend them down. Oh, some guys like to leave them up. They think it looks cool, but you get poked a couple of times, you'll start bending them down. Okay, so you can see even with loosening those screws up, that tremolo didn't come up. I would like to see it up here. Then it would be usable. I don't know how long those screws are. I should have checked it before we put the strings on. I suppose I could put longer screws in there. If that pops out now, we'll have a mess. Right? This one, the thick side should be tighter because it's holding the thicker strings. See, there's room for 5 springs too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could add another spring in there too. That's why there's more holes. That's why there's more holes down here. Okay. Maybe they had those up in as far as possible while it was being shipped, sitting in the store. So after I moved those screws again, that threw it all out of whack again. So. Changing the thick strings will throw it more out of whack because it changes the tremolo height down there. Just got to keep going back and forth until you get it. Okay, so I think I'm gonna quit for the night. We'll do it again tomorrow. And you can see now my tremolo's up a little bit. That may be too much now. So I might need to tighten that up a little bit more. Yeah, it's too much now. So I want the thick string screw in farther because there's more tension on those. Okay, close enough. I think I'm going to bend that tremolo. When I bought the guitar, I asked him if it came with one. He said, sure, go ahead and pick one. He had a whole box full of them. So I don't know if this is the right one. But here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. When I grab this, go like this, my hand's hitting the strings. So I'd like this bent out a little more. So I'll put it on the vise, see if I can bend it without breaking it. I'm gonna draw it out here so I know how much I bent it. I'll be able to keep track. Okay, so all I did was put this. Okay, so all I did was put this in a vise and then pull up on that. So it moved quite a bit. It doesn't look like it here. Let's see what happens. Now, see, now I got room to move it. See, even though it didn't look like much on paper, that's pretty good. Okay. I'd say when I bent it, it moved at least an inch. So it doesn't look like much here on paper, but I was just real, I probably should have wrapped up the threads before I put it in the vise, but it turned out okay. Hi all. It's about 20 hours later, and I'm going to plug the tuner back into the guitar. We'll see how it is here. Yeah. So it seems to be staying in tune pretty good. I haven't touched it. Okay, so next, let's see what we get on the 12th fret. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Pretty good. A little sharp. Just a little sharp. I think that one was a little sharp. Okay, so here's my notes. So if the 12th fret harmonic is sharp, move those things that way. If the 12th fret harmonic is flat, move those things that way. Okay. first I'm going to try to get it perfectly in tune. Now these two moved quite a bit, so we'll see what happens down here. Okay, so it's still in tune. Close enough. Close enough. I'm not going to mess with it. Close enough. Good. Close enough. Okay, so that should be E. It's pretty close. Close enough. Close enough. Close enough. Okay, so main thing we want is the harmonic, right? So let's see where the harmonic is now. Right over the metal, the 12th metal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, each guitar is a little different, exactly where it's at, so just have to find it. So you just barely touch the string, and then pluck it, and then take your finger off. So that's pretty good. So I'm not going to mess with it. Let's try this one. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So far, so good, right? Pretty good. Uh-oh. I'd say it's close enough. Close enough. So, you know, I'm getting lucky here. Just depends on how picky you want to be. Yeah. I'm working around the camera here, so. If I wanted to be picky, I probably could move that one. The B string. It's kind of flat, just a little bit. But I'm not going to mess with it for now because the neck's perfectly flat, right? So I may need to tighten the truss rod so it brings the neck up a little bit so the strings don't buzz. So that's something we'll worry about next time. Next we'll plug it in and see how it plays. Okay. Let's see here. Put this away before I break it. These 3-foot cords are nice to have around, especially if you got a rack. This that tremolo looks a little high, but I'm not gonna mess with it. It's in pretty good shape. So I'm gonna leave it there, see how I like it. I've never really been a tremolo user, so it's a good height, but I think it's a good height. You know. Plus, if these screws are loose, you know, that could affect it too. So make sure these screws are tight down here. I think I tightened those up a little while ago. I think the height of these poles are set at the factory. I don't think you can move them. Okay, so let's go ahead and put the back plate on. See, they have holes here, so you don't have to take the back plate off, but it's just a lot easier. You don't have to fiddle around with it. Not too tight. You don't want to strip the holes. If you strip the hole, stick a wooden toothpick down inside there. Every once in a while, check the screws on your plate here. Should have done that before I put the strings on, right? Check the screws on your strap. We did all that in another video, so I'm sure those were good. Sometimes you can tighten these things up, you know, if they're getting loose. These are inside here, and these seem kind of tight, but they're okay. Usually they're too loose. After a few years they'll loosen up. Okay, see you later.